Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you to the ladies and gentlemen of the Iowa Senate. Let me begin with Shalom Kol HaKavod, peace, and with honor, we welcome the Israeli ambassador. Israel's ambassador to the United States, Mr. Ron Dermer, was actually born right here in Iowa, or right here in the United States, almost Iowa, Miami Beach, Florida, which some might consider South Des Moines if you're talking to Senator Bisignano. Earned a degree at the Wharton School of Business, went on to finish a master's program at Oxford University. He's an accomplished author, he's an effective debater, and he is always a champion for Israel and the U.S. relationship. During his time serving in the diplomatic corps, he has led Israel's Minister of Economic Affairs to the United States and served as a senior advisor to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He's accompanied today by our Consulate General in Chicago, who many of you will know, Avi Ezra, who has been to Iowa several times to speak on behalf of the lasting friendship and partnership between Israel and the United States. He began his career as a captain with the Israeli Defense Force and went on to serve quarterbacking a long-lasting relationship in the U.S.-Israeli partnership at the congressional level. He served everywhere from Cairo, Egypt to Cairo, Illinois. There's a saying in Israeli prayer that, "Let there be rain today." And Ambassador, in Iowa, I think we will grant you that we will have rain today in Iowa. But the idea is that there will be rain in Israel today as a sign of growth, of renewal, of lastingness, and friendship. So as we welcome the ambassador here today, let us thank all of our members who are here present, and let there be rain in Israel today. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you. 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 Iowa and Miami Beach. The difference is that you have nicer beaches in Iowa and we have more lush cornfields in Miami Beach. Other than that, we're one and the same. Thank you, Senator Nunn, and thank you, Senator Schneider, for giving me the honor of addressing you and your colleagues this morning on what I have been told is the first ever visit to Iowa from a sitting Israeli ambassador to the United States. Frankly, it would be an honor for me to address the Senate in any of the 50 states of this great country. But it is truly a unique honor to address the Senate of the Hawkeye State because of the unique role Iowa has long played in determining the future of America. America is Israel's greatest ally in the world, and I know that the alliance between our two countries ultimately rests on the support of the American people. And outside of your capital in Washington, D.C., I can think of no better place to thank the American people for their support of Israel than right here in your capital, Des Moines. Thank you for 70 years of moral support that began the day Israel declared its independence in 1948, when it took President Harry S. Truman all of 11 minutes to recognize our newly established state. Thank you for providing my country with critical economic assistance and loan guarantees in difficult times when we needed it most. Thank you for a half century of providing Israel with the tools we need to defend ourselves by ourselves against any threat. Tools which today include the F-35 fighter jet and the Iron Dome missile defense system, whose development America generously helped finance. Thank you for so often being a light in the darkness by standing up for Israel and for truth at the United Nations. Thank you, senators, for standing up to a new anti-Semitism by rejecting a BDS movement that discriminates against the world's only Jewish state. And thank you for helping Israel forge a lasting peace with Egypt and Jordan, and for working with Israel to advance peace with all our neighbors. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past 70 years, under both Democrat and Republican administrations, with strong support on both sides of the aisle in Congress, and with the overwhelming support of the American people, the alliance between our two countries has grown stronger and stronger. I am proud to tell you that today, the alliance between America and Israel is stronger than ever. And I'm confident that our alliance will get even stronger in the decades ahead. In fact, I believe that Israel will be the most important ally of the United States in the 21st century. Now, that sounds like a strong statement coming from an ambassador of a country 1/7 the size of Iowa that has fewer than 9 million citizens. But I believe it is true for several reasons. First, we share interests, foremost among them, security. For the foreseeable future, some of the most dangerous security challenges facing your country will unfortunately continue to emanate from the Middle East. And in that dangerous region of the world, America needs a powerful, reliable ally. America has such an ally in my country, the state of Israel. An ally that has never and will never ask your sons and daughters to defend us. An ally whose own sons and daughters stand ready and willing to defend themselves. Another shared interest is technology. The 21st century is a century of knowledge, in which our prosperity is going to be driven primarily by our country's ability to innovate. Well, there are two great centers of innovation in the world. One is to the west of here, in Silicon Valley. The other is to the east, in Israel. In the coming decades, Israel's value as America's most important technology partner will only grow in agriculture, something I'm told you know a little bit about here in Iowa, in water, in healthcare, in autonomous vehicles, in artificial intelligence, and in so many other areas. The statistic that I think most powerfully demonstrates Israel's disproportionate value as a technology partner is what is happening in cyber. My country accounts for about 0.1% of the world's population. But in the past 2 years, we've accounted for 20% of global private investment in cybersecurity. Think about that. That means that in cyber, Israel is punching 200 times above its weight. I remember growing up and hearing about all the great wrestlers that came out of this state. So 200 times above your weight class is pretty impressive even here in Iowa. Well, Israel has only begun to scratch the surface of our potential. There is a reason America's leading technology companies, the Intels and Ciscos, the Microsofts and Googles, and dozens of others have R&D centers in Israel. They want to tap into our remarkable culture of innovation to position themselves to continue to lead the world into the next century. And there is a reason why in a few days' time, if all goes well, Israel is poised to join the United States, Russia, and China as the only countries to successfully land a space capsule on the moon. Because when it comes to Israel, even the sky is not the limit. But ladies and gentlemen, my confidence in the future of our alliance comes from my appreciation that it is rooted in something that runs much deeper than shared interests. It is also rooted in shared values. The idea that all are created in the image of God, that no one is above the law, that compassion for the most vulnerable is a sacred obligation. Ideas which have been a moral compass for generations of Americans were ideas first championed thousands of years ago by the prophets of the Jewish people, and which today are fused into the national identity of the Jewish state. In a Middle East where women are often treated like property, where ancient Christian communities and other minority populations have been decimated, where gays are hanged from cranes in town squares, Israel stands out as a beacon of humanity and decency. And I have no doubt that our shared values will continue to bring America and Israel closer together. But as a proud son of America, I know that there is something even beyond shared interests and values that goes to the very heart of the unique alliance between our countries. I know that America and Israel are not merely countries. We are causes. America has long been what Lincoln called the last best hope on earth, a beacon of opportunity for people across the world, carrying the torch of freedom for all humanity, and entrusted by history with securing liberty's future. Israel is the hope of the Jewish people, offering opportunity for all our citizens Jews and non-Jews alike, safeguarding freedom in the darkest region on earth, and entrusted by history with securing the Jewish future. America and Israel are two promised lands, two shining cities on a hill, two great causes. And these causes imbue each country with a deep sense of purpose and a deep sense of solidarity. That is why from New York to California, from Texas to Iowa, so many millions of Americans support Israel in a way they support no other country in the world. And it is why Israelis mourn America's tragedies and rejoice in America's triumphs as perhaps no other country in the world does. I believe that to truly appreciate the unique alliance between America and Israel, you must appreciate what having such a sense of purpose means to both countries. Those who don't share this sense of purpose, or who are too cynical to even believe in a sense of purpose, will never truly appreciate the power of the friendship between America and Israel. But this sense of purpose is bigger than any leader or any issue. It is the DNA of both our countries, and it is the bedrock of our unique alliance. That is why I'm so proud to serve as Israel's ambassador to the United States, and it is why I am as confident as ever that the best days of our great alliance are still ahead. May God bless the people of Iowa, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.